Yeah, lovely people of God, welcome to Gospel. This is the day the Lord has made. And whatever you're going through, whether good or bad, be glad and rejoice in it. See, once you have life, you have everything. Yeah, you understand. So this episode of Gospel is sponsored by gadgets and technologies. They are my people. Yeah. They work professionally. So give them a call and they will sort it out. I just tell them OSTV directed you to the place and they'll give you what you need. They'll give you what you need. Okay. So I think over the week I saw a video of alleged nurse or some nurses making some statements. And I felt it was quite unfortunate. And I also think I'll address it here so that Charlie, we see the way forward. Okay, so but before that, let's go check the video.
Where then I'm surviving.
As I'm now about to say, Madam Madame said prostitution I show like Mekoha Namakoha. And yes, I won't did. Me maso to say there. Like mini mammy and a mini papa. Only a brabber night, am I? Yeah, bread, a woman. Dance na milk school 3 years. My name is Anna, I be 1 my allowance. By me, besides a year or fire, no allowance, or Hannah, no. McCoy. A current say time. A year, 800 Ghana cedis. Me and me feed me home. And I made in school. My receipt, my trauma pass it. Results are by my starting service. My union in na my real son and come a majuma. And then son come between and climb quite the beer. That the me person will be some say me back cramming a refer where you find at the buy. And answer be my bemuscan. I just say beyond know what dance our muska. Yeah, bro, fear. Your bank cries several times. Now, I had the IMA and say, Solomon say you be drawing up a panic office, no Syria.
Oh, okay. I sympathize with our nurses who has not been posted for many years and they're in the house and they're going through hardship. Sincerely, I sympathize with them, but I have a few reservations that I want to talk about so this is not Shishiishi. I just want to generalize the issue so that we all learn from it. Yes. You see, we are in a country that our education system has been designed in such a way that you go to school, you are being taught to graduate, to become an employee. Do you get it? So the only way out from school is to get a certificate and apply for jobs. That is what the country has been designed, our education system has been designed to. So we are not getting a lot of young ones becoming business owners, entrepreneurs, and managing their own businesses and having patience to make it grow to get to the top. They get it for them to be able to employ many more. So I don't blame them to some extent because that is how the system has been designed. So in our school, in our education, whilst we are going to school, our mindset is that that is this thing. But what I want the youth or my people of my age mate to believe is that see, we can change the world around. See, God has deposited something into everybody that if you find yourself, identify yourself and find yourself, you'll be able to identify something that God has placed in you that can fetch you money. Everybody, see, find yourself, identify yourself proper. You are going to see that even in school, you might be in school with no certificate, but if you're able to identify your capabilities, you will see that God has deposited something in you that will help others, will affect the nations, and also bring you money. It's like that. So the moment they are able to identify these things, it brings us out of being waiting to be employed. And we creating an avenue to make money for ourselves and also employ others. So they've graduated from nursing training. They've done their service. They are waiting to be posted. As students, you are enlightened. You decided to go for a job, prostitution. So aside being employed, the only business or the only job you were able to find yourself doing is prostitution. It is wrong. And I know a lot of people are going through that same predicament, that same problems. A lot more. She's just one out of thousands, but a lot more. We know a lot more are going through tough times. See, prostitution is a job on its own. It's a full-time job. Even if you are in a relationship, you are in a relationship, and the main purpose of being in a relationship is to make money, is to get the money, is prostitution. Do you get it? So I don't think that should be the way to go as young ones. See, one, prostitution is one, the other is stealing, the other is selling drugs, and it is destroying the youth. And when we are in a country that the youth are being destroyed, the future of the country is at stake. In as much as I will blame the government for not providing them, because see, we are in the country and someone told us that, I don't want to do politics, but someone told us that, let me scrap allowances, let me use the allowances over the years, accumulate them, and build hospitals so that when you graduate, you have enough hospitals to be posted to. And you guys said no, that you wanted, instead you want to drink Calipo. I don't want to do politics. I'm talking about policies. So now you have your allowances, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of universities in Ghana don't get allowances. They apply to get funding some public loans facilities, and when they are done and they start working, they pay off. So the nursing institution should check the allowances very well, because they are not the only people that are going to school. We have accountants, marketers, hospitality students, a lot more. Doctors who even pay more school fees. They don't get allowances. Do you get it? But we are fortunate to get allowances. And you've graduated. I don't believe in allowance system. Yes, me, I don't believe. Because I went to school, I didn't get allowance. I know a lot of people who went to school didn't get allowances, but they were able to complete. They get it. Okay, so what stops you from doing something? So what stops you from doing something? So okay, now when you scanner, what stops you from doing business? But rather then you can't go back again. No, that is not the way to go. That is not the way to go as youth. We need to find something doing. So let me give you ideas. See, all these nursing students that are not being posted, why don't we come together? And then I'm come boom. Come together. We are professional nurses. You know, we are professional nurses because you made a statement that the private hospitals are not employing you guys because when your posting can leave and they find themselves working, so they don't want to affiliate themselves, they don't want to work with you, so that they focus on what they are doing. Do you get it? Now, why don't you bring yourself together professional nurses, public professional nurses, bring yourself together, form a group, register it under the Ghana Health Service, and start giving private attention, private medical attention to patients. See, I have studied the health system and I've saw that when you are admitted at the hospital, the doctors, they give the medications and everything, they write them for the nurses, right? So you buy the medicines and give to the nurses, and the nurses are going to make sure that you take your medicines, make sure you eat, they make sure if there's an injection they give you, the nurses will take care of you. The doctors only comes for review. If I'm lying, tell me. Okay, so in this case, why don't you come together, form just a company, and just make sure get registered under Ghana Health Service. Then you give private. There are a lot of people who are in the house because they want to take care of their old age mother. There are a lot of parents or the working class parents who needs the attention of private nurses in their houses. See, the moment this thing is done, the private nurse, give it a name. So when you are sick, you go to the hospital, the doctor gives you the medications and everything. You don't hospital no ayema. Hospital no ayema. Until when you begin that, you come to the house. You contact the private nurse association. They send you a nurse at a fee. So the nurse will make sure you take your medicines. Maybe if for a week or 3 days, they send the report to the doctor. We can design an app for it. When this thing is done, the government can support, because the government cannot absorb all of you. IMF no. The government cannot absorb all nurses. So we have to create an avenues for ourselves. Because people are buying and selling. People are doing indomie business. People are selling pure water. We've seen graduates who are carrying their suit, carrying meat pie, selling meat pie on the road. So there's always something to do. Prostitution, armed robbery, money ritual is not the way to go. With prayer, dedication, and hard work, we can change the narratives. So come together as a group. Private nurses, register it under the Ghana National Health Service. Register it. You give private attentions to people. See, everyone in that bed and that's so. It is so nimse. Of course, hospital no doctor no attend to no. Labs and everything, the nurses will do everything. We take it to the lab. The private nurse will take it to the lab, everything, and send the results to the doctors. The doctors will prescribe medications and everything. Then the nurses will apply it and make sure that the patient is taken in your house. The moment this thing is done, you will see there are a lot of people who want that. We are in this country, yet to come here. Taxis became a problem. But to make taxi, and somebody brought Uber. I say ye. Uber, Yango, Taxify. So when the revenue or the opportunity comes, people will patronize it. As I sit here, I have an old grandmother that I wish there was a nurse who can sit by her every day. Who will make sure she does everything she has to do. Then when she's done, she sends the report to the doctor to pay the person. Do you get it? So there are avenues that we can do it. Yes. So I believe this is a way to go. See, we have to do something for ourselves. Don't wait for the government. We have to do something for ourselves. Don't wait for the government. The government harmful. The number of graduates coming out from school, the government cannot absorb it. Believe you me, the government cannot. So the earlier the better. The earlier the better. So I'm not speaking only to the nurses, but to the general youth out there. We have to find something for ourselves. Find something for ourselves doing. Identify yourself. There's something God has deposited in you. Yeah? If you tap it, you see that it's going to fetch you money. It's going to fetch you money. The fact that you're a nursing graduate student doesn't mean you cannot sell. The fact that you graduated as an accountant doesn't mean you cannot work as a sales boy. Do you get it? So there are a lot of opportunities. Grab them. It's not easy. It's not easy. We are praying that the government will do something about it. But the government, you can't be selling yourself. You can't be stealing. Today, I just felt I should pour out my heart like this. The youth out there, prostitution is not the way to go. Armed robbery is not the way to go. Because armed robbery is not the way to go. I know somebody who graduated from nursing training. The person did MTN mobile money for a very long time till the person was posted. And the person is okay. I know a lot of people who graduated and they didn't find something to do, but they had to change. Forget the certificate, Forget the certificate, Let's do something. Let's do something for ourselves. Yes, and the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent taken it by force. Certain things, don't wait for somebody. We have testimonies and we are going to share. I go point slow, baby. Say with you. This has been gospel Shishiishi. I just want us to know this thing. So you can subscribe to our channel, OSTVGH on YouTube, OSTVGH on YouTube, and on Facebook is OSTV. Instagram and Twitter is OSTV_GH, OSTV_GH. Please. This is my peace of mind. This is what I have to say. If you support, if you don't, opinions and diagnosis. This is my opinion. I really felt for them, so I thought I could just say something about it and advise our youth, and that is not the way to go. We can do better than this. See ya.